Without knowing when you're going to be able to sleep, what's the preparation for the day or 2-day shift that's just ahead of you?
There's really no preparation. Just come in and do it. Do it as it comes, I guess.
Bring it.
Yeah, just bring it.
I've been so lucky to travel this country and come across so many first responders. Hearing the stories of how they decided to come into the profession is fascinating to me. And then to find out 6, 10, 12, 15 years later, what are they feeling?
For me, when I was a little kid, it's like every little kid. You see the fire truck, you get excited. Well, I never grew out of it. When I was at that moment trying to figure out what I wanted to do with life, a kid in my neighborhood, his house caught on fire, he lost everything. All of his pets died, all his possessions, and just watching the fire department operate, that's kind of when it clicked for me. I was like, man, maybe this is what I'm supposed to do with my life. Studied fire safety engineering and graduated, and here I am.
I got an interest when I was a little kid. I saw a fire truck going around. My uncle worked for the fire department in Philadelphia, and I thought it would be awesome to make a difference.
How many years in are you now?
I'm 12 years in now.
And how do you feel?
It feels amazing. I mean, everywhere you go in the fire service, they bring you in like a brother or sister, and it's just one big network that rely on each other.
I was in corporate America before this, and I just wasn't for me. I felt like I was losing who I was, and I wasn't myself anymore. But I love to sweat, I love to work hard, and I wanted to give back, so here I am.
And how do you feel now that you've been in this for how many years?
Almost 6. I'm the happiest I've ever been. Coming to the Charlotte Fire Department was the best decision of my life.
What do you feel every day when you know you're putting out something nobody else can do?
It's a really cool feeling, right? How cool is it that we have a job where we ride down the road in a red fire truck and little kids look up to you and they wave, and not many people can say they have a job that a kid wants to be one day, right?
You probably hear this a lot, it's just us doing our job. It's what we love to do. We love to make people smile and make their worst day a little bit better if we can.
We're the first ones there oftentimes, not just at fires, but medical calls, car accidents, you name it. I think all of us get a sense of pride for being there when people need us.
One of the other things I've learned is that the bonds, the camaraderie that exists, yes, it's taking place in the firehouse, but it's also taking place outside the firehouse in your personal lives.
It's like a family. It's your second family. I was in a fraternity in college, and this reminds me a lot of the fraternity life. Your brothers, your sisters that are there, you have a good time with them, you count on them for everything, you cut up with them, pull a prank on each other occasionally.
Lots of pranks.
Lots of pranks happen, but you know, another story for another day.
Oh, those bonds are built as soon as you walk through the door. You create a friendship with those guys or ladies for a lifetime, and they'll always be there in your corner.
I know this is a question that's tough to answer and pinpoint, but what is the day in the life of?
Day in the life. So we come to work and we meet with the other shift, check off our trucks. You know, we go to the store together to get lunch and dinner. We train, we run obviously the emergency calls that come in throughout the day, and have fun and hang out with each other.
And another thing I've learned, it is important that the right person's assigned to the right task, not only on the calls, but in the firehouse itself.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So in the kitchen, you know, we gotta eat. I'm not the best cook, but you know, somebody else may cook and I might work as a little sous chef, chop up some onions or whatever the case is. Everybody at least has 2 meals in their back pocket that they can throw out just in the nick of time if they need something. You'll never go hungry in a firehouse.
Give me 1 or 2 memorable moments that stand out to you.
One impactful moment is when my little brother joined. He joined the fire service a few years after I did. And to see him come up in the fire service and enjoy the job, it's been great.
How many years in is he now?
It's a good question. It's less than me.
Okay, good.
First thing that comes to mind is we got a call in the middle of the night, and it ended up being a friend of mine having a medical episode. Very emotional, very scary, made it very real, just because I knew who he was, knew a lot about him. We had just had Halloween together, right? We had gone to the same Halloween party, and then there he was having a really, really vulnerable moment, and he is now fortunately living a much brighter life because of that.
You guys do so much to give back to communities. How do you feel about that, and what is it you're doing all the time?
I think all of us love when a kid comes up to you. We go to the grocery store every day, so guaranteed a kid comes up to the fire truck and they get excited, right? And it's bigger than life, and it's so fun for them. A lot of the fire trucks, we have stickers that are badges that look like this, and we will put them on the little kids, and it'll just make their day. Or we'll let them get inside the fire truck and I mean, I remember being a kid getting in a fire truck. It was the coolest thing in the whole world, right?
You never know if one of those little kids wants to be a firefighter and doesn't realize that's what they want to do, or they don't think that they can do it. You know, talking to them or introducing them to it, it's all in a day's work, I guess you could say.
And to all those young people out there that are considering being a first responder, firefighting one day, what would you say to the youth in this country?
Do it. Chase your dream. It was my dream. I did it. I'm loving every bit of it. Don't say you can't do it, because you absolutely can.
It's the best job in the whole world, easily, hands down.
It's the best job ever. If you could get on and apply and enjoy what you do.
Well, if I can give you any message, it would be that there are so many people grateful for what you do, and just know that when you go to bed at night, we are all grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.